Hello, Teachers Zdenek viewers, Teachers Zdenek YouTube channel viewers. That's the correct expression. Welcome to another interactive English, which is essentially a lesson with one of the students from my group that I have for high-level English learners. And today it's debut for Maria Luisa. Hi, Maria Luisa. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm really fine. How are you?
I'm okay. Glad to have you here. It's always exciting for me to talk to a new uh, I want to say guest, but student.
The
So
pleasure is mine.
fantastic. So where are you from, Maria Luisa?
I'm from Italy.
Hmm.
Italy.
Where in Italy are you from?
I'm from Sicily, the main island of Italy. I live in the southern part of Italy. I'm
Hmm.
from Siracusa.
Ah, Siragusa. So
Avola, yes.
Palermo is the capital of
Pa-
Sicily.
Palermo is the capital, but my hometown is near Siracusa.
Hmm. Hmm. So is that like a big place, a big city, or small town, or a village, or?
It's a small town. Avola is a small town.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
nice. It's near the beach. We have the sea near our house. It's
Hmm.
a nice city.
All right, perfect. Helen says hi, by the way. She's watching live. This is something that,
Hi.
of course, the subscribers to this channel, to Teachers Zdenek YouTube channel, can do when I do these interactive English lessons, because the idea is that more people get involved. Obviously, I talk to my student. This time is Maria Luisa. But I would also like people to post their comments, to ask questions, to talk to us, because I think then it will be a little bit more interesting. If you would like to be in Maria Luisa's shoes, so to speak, why not join the Achievers Chamber? Maria Luisa, when did you join my Discord group?
I think 1 month ago.
Only 1 month ago. So you
Only
haven't
one
been there.
month.
You haven't been there
Mm,
for a long time. I
no.
feel like I know you very well already. So
Yes,
are you sure it wasn't 2 months ago? Only 1 month ago.
1 month. One
Okay.
month, I'm sure. And
Good.
it was a great experience, and I love it very much because
Hmm.
the environment is very friendly. You can talk. You have a lot of chance to speaking with others and to understand other accent because.
Yeah.
How you said a lot of times that it's important to be understood by others.
Yeah. And what's your favorite event?
My favorite event is when we can talk freely about topics. Uh, um,
So
which
do you like those freestyle events when, for
yes,
example, Friday drinks? Yeah. So we just
yes,
come and we,
Friday things.
and there is another one. Lucas hosts another one on
Yes,
Monday. Mm.
yes, but even with the one with you, with teacher Zdenek, it's good because you correct our mistakes.
Yeah.
And
That's feedback frenzy. That happens on
yes,
Tuesdays. Yeah.
yes, I always have a pen because I want to write my mistakes to enlighten them.
Yeah. But I try not to overdo it. So it's just one
No,
event
no, no,
where I do that. Right. In this YouTube live, we will be having a chat, by the way, about the topic that we have agreed on. It's going to be
it's
Italian his Italian
Italian.
history. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh, and we will obviously only scratch the surface because there is no time to talk about everything, but yeah, just bits and pieces. And then at the end of the lesson, I will also give you a little bit of the feedback as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's happening too. So Maria Luisa, are you ready?
Yes.
let's do it. So I've got 6 questions for you, and here is question number one, Maria Luisa. Yeah,
Hmm?
if you were to choose three important historical figures from Italy, who would you choose? Who would you go for?
Okay, it's a very difficult question because we in Italy we have a very important historical figures in our history. But if I have to choose one, three of them, I will choose Giulio Cesare,
Mhm.
Giulio Cesare, Garibaldi, and Colombo.
Okay, so
Giu-
I think I even know something about these myself. So, but
yeah,
I'm tempted. I'm tempted to say something what I know that I know, but I think it would be unfair. So, it's all yours. Tell us who these people are.
okay. Giulio Caesar was a military general of the Roman Empire.
Hmm.
He was a very good politician. He was great, and because of his main victories around the Europe, because Caesar invaded Europe,
Hmm. Also, the
part of Belgium.
British Isles as well.
Yes, yes, Belgium, Germany, and Britain.
Hmm.
So he made a lot of victories, and the politicians in Rome was very jealous about him. So when he won the Gallis War, he was requested to return in Rome, but he didn't agree with them. He
Hmm.
returned, but with his own military, because he was very loved by his soldiers.
Hmm.
So he didn't stop the war, but he started a civil war in Rome. He won it, and he became a dictator.
Yeah.
He became the dictator. Yes, but he was murdered at some point of his life. He was murdered by a close friends, but maybe because of the jealousy.
Was his name Brutus?
Brutus, yes,
I remember this
yes.
from my history
Yes,
lessons.
a quote that I remember is why Brutus filis fili mio, quoque tu Brutus fili mi, why Brutus son, my son, a son of mine. Mm?
Oh, you named your son Brutus. Sorry.
He said when he was murdered, quoque tu Brutus filius mi. So the expression is
Ah, I'm
uh,
sorry. I thought for a second you were talking about your own son. You're not
no,
talking
no,
about.
no, why my son,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
said Caesar, why?
Yeah, because when he was dying, he
Yes,
asked
probably my son. But
these
it was
famous words.
because of the politicians that are jealous about
Yeah,
him and his
yeah,
victories.
of course.
Another quote famous from Caesar was Veni, vidi, vinci.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
I,
know what that means.
eh? I
It
came.
came, I saw, and I won.
I saw and I won. Yes, I
Yeah.
conquered. Yes, and
Hmm.
this one was
You
well
conquered
known
this.
all around the world. Yes, and Caesar is also studied his tactics, his um, intelligence, his structure of his military structure are studied until now, until today.
Sorry. What's the verb you are using? He studied,
Um,
started, or
tati- tactics, tactics,
tactics,
yes, the
tactics.
tactics,
He changed the
strategy,
tactic.
and the
He changed
strategy,
the tactics. Yeah.
yes,
Okay. Mm,
and the strategy that
yeah.
he used are studied at until today.
Yeah. I see what you're saying now. Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely.
Another great one was Garibaldi. Did you
He was
know
a.
it?
I do. He was a
Mm,
revolutionary.
yes,
I think we are talking about the 19th century,
yes. Uh, 19, yes, perfect.
the middle of 19th century.
Yes,
I think
yes,
1860,
1960, yes,
1860 something, or
61 was the United of Italy because he participated to the
before you were in the Holy Roman Empire,
yes
and then
before
you so basically Italy wanted to be independent because that was the time when most countries were trying to get independent, and you were one of them, obviously.
yes
Hmm.
because Italy was divided in lots of states and we want to be free and
Yes.
yes, a free country with a republic um, country. And he
Yeah.
was a revolutionary
And Maria Luisa,
person.
I remember another name,
Mm.
Mazzini. Was he also
Yes,
one of those? Was he like
Giuseppe
his?
Mazzini. Yes,
He was one of his colleagues, kind of, right?
yes. Garibaldi participate with Mazzini in a rebellion in the
Mm,
northern part of Italy, and then he push the people to be united in with an expedition that he made with 1,000 people the red shirt called the red shirt and he permitted the United States of Italy.
he what? Sorry,
The United of Italy, not states.
but you said.
He permitted,
I think the word
he
permitted
pushed.
is not not the right word. You want to say
Okay,
founded?
no, found it. He pushed. He made.
Yeah, he founded.
He
So when you
found it.
say founded, it's like created,
Okay,
created.
created. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Permit has a different meaning. Permit means allow. Yeah.
Huh?
So
Okay,
if you permit someone to do something, you allow someone to do something. Yeah.
okay.
So it's like it's not permitted to smoke here in this YouTube
Okay,
in this
okay,
YouTube live. So you can't smoke during my live because
okay.
it's not permitted. It's not
Mm-mm.
allowed.
Mm-mm. No, no, so it's not permitted. Yes,
Yeah.
he created the unit of
Yeah.
Italy, and he is well known not only in Italy because he is called the hero of two worlds. Because after the independence, the United of Italy, he went to the southern part of America
Hmm.
to help the rebellion
Yeah.
and he was famous. He was like a celebrity all around the world. And you know that Lincoln called him in order to fight during the war, the
Civil
American
War.
war, but he refused.
How come?
Maybe because I hope because he didn't want that the slave was because he wants the freedom of the slave. I hope it was for this.
Yeah.
Hmm?
So sorry. So before that, you were talking. I'm a little bit lost. So you
Hmm?
now you mentioned Abraham Lincoln, the American one of the
Yes,
American presidents who was important during the Civil War.
yes,
Obviously, as far as I remember, Abraham Lincoln he abolished slavery, right? I could,
yes,
I could, I think,
but
yeah,
at the end of the war,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
not in the beginning. So
No, no, of
Garibaldi
course,
wasn't sure about that, and he
uh,
refused
yeah.
to participate.
He was
Okay?
just playing it safe. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Well, it is what it is. Okay, so who is your third important Italian figure then?
The third important Italian person is Colombo.
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Colombo, yes. He
So
was a
Colombo sounds like you're talking about the detective Colombo.
yes, I know him.
Because I think Columbus, right? Columbus in Spanish.
Yes,
Columbus
in Spanish, yes.
in
And
Spanish, but in
Colombo,
because he was Italian, obviously. Not
he
a
was
lot of people. A lot of people don't even know this. You know that, right?
yes, he was born in Genoa.
Uh-huh. But a lot
Mhm.
of people are confused because he, as far as I remember, he sailed to America under the or it was the Spanish uh, king or
Yeah,
queen.
you
Was it?
did your work. Yes,
It
was
was the Spanish
monarch.
royal family that
Yes,
granted him
yes, Federico,
this
yes, Federico
voyage. Yeah.
supported
Mhm.
him to travel all around the world to
Yeah.
find him. At the beginning, he thought to find India
Yeah,
and
he wanted
China.
to go to India.
Mm,
He
he
want to
was
like say trade some spices or something? What was his
Yes,
plan? He
yes,
did, right?
because of the spices. Yes, because
Yeah.
he wanted to find another way to go to the
Mm.
Indian China because of the Arabic Empire that stopped the European people. But he discovered by chance
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. No, I remember this very well. And to be honest, some people say that this was the end of the Middle Ages. Yeah,
Yes.
there are two dates that historians refer to. This is one of them, and the other one is uh, the end of the Byzantium. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Constantinople. You know the
Constantinople. Yes,
yeah
yes,
this
because with
in Turkey, right?
foundation. No, the how to say the discovery. This
Hmm.
discovery was so important because we discovered a new world, and
Yeah.
the ancient one was different because of our view becomes different.
So we're talking about Istanbul. Today's Istanbul, basically. So the capital of Turkey now, but before it was Constantinople,
Yes.
and so
Mm-mm.
it was the Romans were there, right? Or who was there? I don't want to make a mistake here, but
Constantinople was
yeah,
after the Romans Empire fell.
I'm looking at it, and it says that it was the capital of Roman Empire, of the Roman
Yes,
Empire.
Constantinople, yes.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
of the
When
of the
the Roman,
Western Roman Empire. Yeah. Mm,
yes, but in Roma uh, was like the end of the Roman Empire
mm, mm.
in Europe.
So
Was
so
like
those are so those two events happened at approximately same amount of time. I think we are talking about 1492,
1492. Yes,
right?
yes,
1492.
the
So that
discovery
is the
of
day,
America.
the
Mm-mm.
discovery of America, but also the fall of
Yes,
Constantinople. So I
yes.
think we use this date as a what's the word, like as this line, dividing
Yes.
line of the
Mm,
of the historical
fine.
period. Yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, from then on, it was no longer the Middle Ages, right, or something like
Yes.
that. I think so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you see, I did study history, and I do still remember
Yes.
bits and pieces. Yeah, it's coming back to me. But the thing is, like, if you never brush up on it, if you don't read anymore, it's all
Yes.
there. But it's like you
It's
have to
like
dig.
a bicycle. When you
It's like
are on, you can
yeah,
do
but Maria Luisa, it's like a bicycle in your attic full of cobwebs and dust that you haven't touched for a long, long time. So it's there, but you first have to
Yes,
polish
I
it and
agree. I
you know.
agree because I studied history when I was at university, and now it's a bit different because in elementary school is different.
Mhm. Oh, mhm. Well, I had an exam in it as well. Like
Mhm.
the final high school exam, you have to choose. In my country, you have to choose four subjects. So one of them is compulsory. The Czech language is compulsory, and then you have to choose one foreign language that's also compulsory. So I went for English, and then two other subjects, any other subject. So maths was out of the question because I was not very good at it. Chemistry, my least
We are
favorite
on the
subject.
same page.
I hated. I absolutely hated chemistry. Physics, I was terrible at it. So I was like, what do I go for? I quite liked history, so it made sense for me to choose this uh, as my
That's
sub
right.
as my exam. Yeah.
We are on the
So,
same page.
but now I should know all this, but it's vaguely in my memory. Yeah? It's a bit hazy. It's a bit hazy. But Jolly says actually that Christopher Columbus's name is Colon in Spanish. Jolly is Spanish. Yeah, so she says that it's Colon.
Colon?
Or is it
No.
Solon? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but
Hmm? Colombo. Columbus. I don't
mm,
know.
mm. And then there is Lucas also says that there's also Amerigo Vespucci. He was another one who went to
Am-
America, I think. Yeah,
Amerigo Vespucci, yes,
and
was the one
Marco
who
Polo, obviously.
recognized that America was America.
Oh, it was named
Because,
after him. The America was named after him,
yes,
or
because
okay.
Colombo mistaken that,
Uh, uh-huh.
yes, and Marco Polo, yes, they are very
Yeah.
great figures
Yeah,
from
Marco
Italy.
Polo was sailor as well, wasn't he?
Yes, he
But he went the other way. He went
in China.
to China, yeah, to the
Mhm,
east.
to China,
Hmm.
yes. He imported a lot of species, and we called it the way of the silk. I don't
Silk,
know
yeah.
if you can say
No,
that.
silk, yeah.
Yes, silk.
Hmm. The fabric.
Yes, he imported the silk from from China.
He imported. Yeah.
Imported.
Excellent. Okay, Maria Luisa, I have so many questions, but we we have only answered the first. We only answered the first question, so let's quickly do at least one more, possibly two. But we have mentioned some figures of the Italian history that you look up to, that you admire, that every Italian person is proud of. But
Yeah.
are there any people that you are not so proud of, perhaps, that you want, what you wish had never existed?
Yes. Yes. There was one and only one, and maybe all the world know him. It is well known, and is Mussolini.
Yeah, of course, he was
I
a
didn't
fascist.
like
Fascist.
him. Yeah, yes,
Fascist. Yeah.
he was the leader of the fascism, and
Mm,
he was a bad politician, a dictator. He can't accept that other people can think different from his
mm,
uh, way, and
mhm.
he was very cruel with the people that don't support him. He had a bad relationship with Hitler,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
know how it ended up.
Sorry, he had a bad relationship with Hitler, but they,
Uh, no,
but
no,
Italy were basically Germany's allies, right?
no. It was the relationship that was bad for me. The relationship with Hitler was very bad
Well, I don't
because
know enough about Italian history, but wasn't it that there was the Allies and the Axis, and wasn't the Axis Germany, Italy, and who else? Oh my
yes,
God,
Germany and
Japan, Japan. Hang on, I need to Google this.
yes, it was Japan, Italy, and
Yeah,
Germany.
Germany. It
Yes,
was the Axis. They were called the
yes.
Axis, right? Yeah,
They were together
yeah,
in this
exactly.
war.
It was
Yes,
an alliance. Yeah, three partners. So this was
partners. Yes,
so
with
you
Mussolini.
were the bad guys. You were the bad guys, basically.
Ah,
You Germans and Japanese.
yes,
A long time
we.
ago, but we remember history. We should remember history because we can all learn from it, right?
Their friendship was very bad because
Mm.
we know how it ends.
How it
They
ended.
ended. He
Remind me, please. Remind me, please.
they took a lot of people in their place where they were murdered
Oh, you mean
with
the
gas,
concentration camps? The
concentration,
concentration camps. Yeah.
concentration, yes, the camp, and
Mm.
it was part of the history that I'm not proud of.
To be honest, I even went to one of these concentration camps, yeah,
Mm,
to see, and oh my god, it's just such a dismal place. It's such a dark place. Like when you see and hear from the tour guide, like what was
mm-mm.
happening there, when you see all the graves, and it's just such a, yeah. I
They
think
were crazy.
everybody should know this.
Mm,
It's like the darkest part of history.
of
Yeah,
history.
of European, let's say European history, because it may
Yes.
not be so in other countries in the world, but European history is the darkest part, and it's still not very long. It's not long ago as well, right? So
No, it's not very long.
we should all know what happened. We should all study about it,
Mm-mm,
and we should all see it as a bad example.
mm-mm.
Yeah, not to ever let this happen again. And I
Yes.
feel I'm not gonna name, but I feel like some people don't realize it. Some countries don't realize it, and even people who put politicians who have such ideas, who vote for them, who vote for such political parties, you know, that are against equality, that are nationalistic, that are
Nationalist.
far
Mm-mm.
right is super dangerous,
Yes.
super
Mm-mm.
dangerous
I really agree.
for the future of the human race, in my opinion.
I agree because um, at that time, a lot of people, so many people haven't the freedom to speak for herself, for their rights.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were murdered because of their religion, because of their um, mm, way
Yeah,
of,
just they were just different. Like they were
yes,
not true Germans, or they were basically Jewish people, right? And not
yes,
not only Jewish people, but this
not
is the
only.
idea. This is the idea, yeah. So the idea of the far right or nationalism is, oh, we are the pure race. We only want people who were born here. We only want people who look like us. We don't live in such a world anymore. This is just absolutely wrong. Yeah, we should learn to coexist. We should find a way to call me a dreamer,
Support.
but I think we should find a way to live side by side. And I know sometimes there are some differences, some culture differences, but all the sides should be tolerant and learn to cooperate and work together. The solution is not to
That's
segregate. The solution is not to say that you guys go home, or no, that's not the way to go, because then if we keep going in this direction, we will have another Hitler.
yes,
It will happen
because
again, because
sorry,
people are like,
it
yeah,
repeats itself.
absolutely.
Yes. Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, but I have to say it. Just look at Russia. Just look at
Yes,
Russia now.
look at Russia and the Ukraine.
Yeah. Just people just don't learn from their mistakes, right?
Yes.
And it's, the problem is because it's nice to hear it, yeah. Oh, we are strong. Our nation will be strong again. Trump saying in America, let's make America great again. What does it even mean? It sounds great as a slogan, yeah. And it's
As a
who
slogan,
wouldn't who
yes.
wouldn't want to be great? Who wouldn't want to have strong economy? But at what cost? How did he get elected? Because one of his things he was saying was, let's build a wall between Mexico and the USA. Like, come on, like this is the kind of
Mm.
fascism that is dangerous in my opinion. And
It's
that
dangerous, yes.
I'm not an expert, but that's the way I see it. Yeah, I have studied history, so I can make my own opinion, right? And I don't think this is the way to go about things. I'm glad
Yes.
we we agree.
Yes, we agree. I couldn't agree more with you because what sense you can find in a phrase like we have to expand Russian wants to expand to go where? To return at the old empire. But what sense do you find in these phrases?
When you say this to Russian people, they will tell you that that's what Putin wants, or that's what the government wants. Okay, they may be right that they cannot do anything about it now, but the problem is they should have stopped it before. They should have never elected anyone who speaks like the way Putin spoke.
Yes,
He should have never been given so much power. This is the danger. It could be anyone. It could be Nigel Farage of England. It could be Nigel Farage. Yeah, the guy that that led to Brexit. He was the guy who was behind
yes.
Brexit. Yeah, he was himself a member of the European Parliament. He was getting paid. He was getting
By
money from them, and then he decided to
to
to just burn it down. Like not burn it down, but left with one of the strongest economies to destroy his own country, basically, because now it's in disarray, it's in shambles, in a shambles. So such people are super dangerous. I know some people might disagree with us, and feel free to leave comments as long as you are respectful, saying it is in a respectful way. If you start calling me some names, I will have to block you. But if you are nice and you put out your argument, I will not delete it. Yeah, I may disagree, but I will not delete it. So feel free to say what you want. But I see these people everywhere. Yeah, it's not. The problem is that Russia let it go so far. They let it happen. They didn't do anything about it. They just let it unfold. Yeah. So, for example, in England, I think people are smarter. They realize now that this was a mistake. Okay, maybe it's a slow process and it's painful because nobody wants to admit that they are wrong. But now we can see the polls that they would actually want to go back to the European Union. Yeah. Then when Trump happened, uh, he wasn't elected again. Yeah. Now he's facing a lot of charges, like for terrible, like treason, basically treasonous crimes. And so I think justice will be done in the end, but it's dangerous when the wrong people have the power.
Yes.
And we are in democratic countries. The wrong people get the power from the people. From they are elected. Yeah. So I
They
know
are
in some countries it's not like that, but every single one of us should be responsible when we are v- casting our votes for a political party, yeah, or a president. You know, we have so much responsibility to do the right thing. And so just think about what sort of values that person that we are electing represents. What sort of values does this party represent? It's okay to be a little bit left wing or a little bit right wing. I don't see a problem about it. There will always be a little bit of division, but don't go extremists. Don't vote for extremists. Don't vote for anyone who
for
says,
war.
yeah, who
For
says
war.
like we need to these people have to leave the country, or we need to segregate these people, or don't do that. Don't ever vote for anyone like that.
Now it's a year and a half a year that Ukraine are faces this terrible war, and
Sorry.
it has been 1 year
No,
that
more than
Ukraine
that now, I think.
has faces the
No.
war, and it's incredible because of the people that were forced to leave their country, or some of them are still living in
I met some of them, Maria Luisa, before I went to Vietnam. Lot of refugees came to the Czech Republic, not as many as to Poland, but actually there were refugees in my town in Podjebrady, because
yes,
I used
even
to live
in
in
Italy,
Podjebrady.
even in
And I, I,
Italy.
I was there. I even talked to those people because some of them could speak English. I
Yes,
talked to them,
I met
and
some of them too.
most of them were women and children, yeah.
Yes.
So I even brought them some food and tried to help. So there are a lot of deniers as well. A lot of people who say this is not happening. This is all made up. No, it's not. Trust me. And watch some of the videos I recorded with Monica. Yeah,
Yes, I know.
you will learn.
I
You will learn about
know
that.
girls, young girls from Ukraine, and it's awful.
Here is what Lucas says.
We said that history can teach us a lot of things, but
These people are psychopaths often. These people have psychopathic personalities. Yeah, you often hear some psychologists and psychiatrists analyzing those people, those big personalities, yeah, that always make it to the top, and a lot of them are actual psychopaths.
like
Because
Mussolini,
not only him, there's so many more. Yeah, so many. Look at Trump, the way
the,
he talks, the way he lies. Boris Johnson. Those are not normal people. Those are not people like you and me. Those
but
people have no shame, no guilt. They don't think they are ever wrong, and
emotional intelligence,
uh,
none.
well, they have intelligence. They do, but it's not emotional intelligence. It's more like, I don't know if that's the right word, emotional intelligence, but it's more like lack of empathy, lack of
They are,
care. They just
they
care
are
about themselves. They just pushing their own agenda. That's all they care about, and they make it look like they care about the people because they are good with words. Yeah, they are good at rhetorics, and that's why a lot of people just fall for this. just like Germans fell for Hitler. And then there are, of course, some sort of there is context as well. So if people are poor, or if people are not doing well at all, if people are the economy is bad, then they are looking for any way
Mm?
to survive, right? So sometimes I don't want to
Yes,
say that that
it's
these
true.
people are less guilty, but at least you can try to, I don't want to say understand, but like just try to un, how do you explain this? Yeah, sometimes the explanation is that these people are just desperate,
The poverty, yes, because
So
the
poverty,
poverty
yeah. So
can.
yeah. So what you want to do, you want to have a little bit of compassion as well. You want to have a compassion for these people as well, but then you have to protect democracy and
Freedom,
uh, freedom of speech and human, and you have to protect the human race.
right?
If there is a world leader that threatens to use nuclear weapons, I'm sorry, but that person is threat to the whole world. So I'm sorry, that's just not what should be happening ever. Yeah. I always thought that this is just someone from North Korea who would say that, but not anymore. Anyway, I am going on a rant. This is your lesson, Maria Luisa. So let's have a look at some of the stuff that came up during our conversation. I'm going to present on screen, and here we go. This is feedback lesson 83. Can you believe it? 83rd lesson, 83rd live lesson. So many. I've done so many already. So, Maria Luisa, this is you. And um, how do you pronounce this word? Can you see this, Maria Luisa, or shall I make it bigger?
Yes, I can see it. Southern,
Okay, repeat after me. Southern. Southern. Southern.
southern,
Uh-huh.
southern,
Northern. Northern.
northern.
Northern.
Okay,
Southern. Hmm?
southern.
It's very similar to sudden, like something when something happens suddenly, except the sound is not d but th. So southern. Southern.
Southern,
Hmm.
southern.
Okay. You said he made a victory in Europe. Uh, I don't think it's a good collocation to make a victory. Would you be able to say it in another way?
He, okay, he
I think,
won.
yeah, you can say he won. But
He
if you want to
won
use the word victory, I would
a
go for
lot
something
of
like
battle in Europe. He won a
he
lot
won
of
a lot of
battle in
battles, yeah.
Europe. Or
Or you could
he
say he came victorious in a lot of battles. That's a good collocation. But if you want to use the word victory, I would use the word achieve with it. He
achieved
achieved a lot of victories.
lot of
But yeah,
victories.
how do you pronounce this one? The name of this
Roma Empire.
I think Roman,
Roman.
Roman, yeah,
Roman.
Roman Empire. Hmm.
Okay, Roman Empire.
Hmm. The politicians in Rome was very jealous about him. What's wrong with that?
The was where
Yeah,
were
excellent,
very jealous
excellent.
about him.
Okay, how
Yeah,
should you pronounce this word? This is a verb to come back. How do you pronounce it correctly?
return,
Okay,
return.
so you are right in
Sent
pointing out
return.
that the stress is on the second syllable. You got that right, but the vowel sound is when you're like trying to think and you want to buy yourself more time, you would make this sound return, return,
Return.
return. Yeah.
Return.
I notice you sort of pronounce words like that sometimes with ah, like you said he was murdered, yeah. But
Murder.
it should be he was
Murdered.
not ah, but uh he was
Murdered.
murdered, murdered, murdered. Not
Murdered.
not not ah. Don't open your mouth too much. If you open your mouth, you're going to end up saying ah, long ah. Or you want to say which means you don't open your mouth so much.
uh,
It's like a neutral sound. Murder, murdered,
murdered,
murderer.
murdered,
Much better.
murdered. He was
Very good.
murdered.
Yeah,
Okay.
you will get there in the end. How about this one?
Jealous,
Yeah, jealous, jealous.
jealous,
Similar sound. Famous,
famous,
famous, jealous, famous. Us.
famous.
Okay, how do you pronounce this sentence?
He returned.
Again, you so your sounds like ah. Not he returned, but he returned. He returned.
He returned.
Much better, yeah.
He
So
returned.
you just have to learn to
Mm-mm.
not open your mouth so much when you are
Yes.
trying to pronounce this sound, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Ah, you see the difference? Ah, yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
returned. Yes, I have to close my mouth.
Yeah, you do. That's I think the main difference there. It's like the same sound when basically when you say car, ah, that's long ah, and when you say girl, that's girl,
Girl.
uh, yeah, girl. You wouldn't say gal, right? You would say girl. So in the same
Girl.
way, you have to say returned. Hmm.
Returned.
Much better, much better. Okay,
Murdered.
Italy was divided in lots of states.
Italy was divided in
So
lot of states.
actually, that's not a problem, but the
No?
problem is the preposition. Yeah. So you divide something that not in, but
Uh,
it starts
was
with in, but then there is something
on
added. There's a preposition that is longer than in, and it starts with in, and something is added to it.
into.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
into.
Divide something into something
Into.
is the
Yes.
phrase. How do you pronounce this word?
Country.
Country. Wait, hang on. Country. I think it should be
Country.
country. Country. Yeah. Ah.
Country.
Country. Ah. Short ah. Country.
Country.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm misspelling the name of the Italian revolutionary, but
Empire.
sometimes I notice when you got very deep into describing the history of Italy, that occasionally you switch to present tense where you should be using past tense. So how do you fix this sentence?
Um,
Uh,
participated.
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 Hmm. Uh,
Whitman.
yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, sorry, the
Participated.
northern part of Italy.
In
He
no.
permitted the United States of Italy, so you didn't want to use this word.
No permitted because it's allowed, no?
Very good.
He, we said he founded,
Founded or
founded.
created, I guess, but founded is I think the most appropriate verb. All right, again, this one we have already sort of covered this one, so we can delete it. Uh, I hope maybe he wants the freedom of the slave. So I think you were talking about Abraham Lincoln, and
Yes.
and I think about twice you used the verb I hope, but it seemed you were
I wish
referring. Hmm. It's a little
no,
bit strange to use words like hope and wish
in the
to
in the
to
past.
talk about the past, yeah, because
Past.
you cannot change the past, yeah. There's not
Yes.
hope is irrelevant because the moment is gone, yeah. So I think you only want to give your opinion. You are just giving your opinion. So what's the verb you use when you're trying to give your opinion?
Um, I think,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
He
think
I think maybe he wanted, yeah, just
he
again, past
wanted
tense.
the freedom of the slave.
the freedom of slaves, I would say slaves. Yeah,
of slaves.
yeah. Or he wanted slaves to be free. Let's say maybe it would be even better. Okay,
Yes,
I wanted to find I wanted to find another way to. Sorry, not I. He he wanted to find another way to go to India, to go
and
to the India and China. You said what's wrong with that?
to go to India.
No, no, the. Yeah. Some countries need the article the, but not India and China,
No,
not these
India
two.
and China.
Not these two. Yeah. Usually there is no article because Colombo mistaken that.
Miste-
Uh,
mm,
Not mistaken, but what's the past tense from the verb to mistake something?
mm,
This this looks like the past participle, yeah, which is the third form, but you need the second form.
the second form. Uh, mm,
What would it be for the verb to take? Take,
mistaken.
mistook, mistook.
Mistook.
Yeah,
Okay.
mistook. Like
Los
take,
Colombo.
took, taken. Mistake, mistook, mistaken. Yeah. So
Okay.
mistook. Hmm?
Mistook.
So you could say because Colombo mistook uh,
The land.
uh, America for India, right?
America for India, yes.
No, the other way around. He mistook India. Hang on, I'm not sure now. If you mistake something for
Mm,
something else, right? So he mistook India for America.
mm.
Right. Anyway, I think I'm getting
I'm
tired
messing with
myself.
your brain.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to even do that. My brain messes with itself. So Mussolini can't accept that other people think different. So you see, again, sometimes when you got really deep into these things, you started using present tense, but you
Mm-mm.
need to stay in the past. So Mussolini,
Couldn't.
very good. Couldn't
Mm-mm.
accept that people, past tense,
That people thought,
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 thought
thought. Yeah, I think better to say differently from him. Hmm?
differently from
Some
him.
people might say think different, but I think it's better to say differently because after a verb you should use an adverb. Yeah, not in informal English this would be acceptable, but in the proper English I would say differently. And how do you pronounce this word?
Cruel,
Cruel. Ooh, cruel.
cruel,
That's it. Cruel. Hmm.
cruel.
Okay, I guess that will be it. Good stuff, Maria Luisa. I hope you enjoyed this class. I think it was very,
Yes, a lot.
very good, actually. We haven't even covered most of the questions that I prepared for you, so
Next
I guess
time.
we can leave it for next time when
Yes,
you are here again. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being here and for being one of the Achievers Chamber members. And don't forget, guys, even you can join this wonderful place and talk to people like Maria Luisa and be one of the people of this YouTube channel, one of the faces here as well. By the way, it's not compulsory. You don't have to. Maria Luisa could have easily said no if she didn't want to do this, but she agreed. So
And it
fantastic.
was a pleasure to be here. Really.
And I think even Sida, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Sida. Even Sida liked this class. So all right, that's all from me. Don't forget, guys, that if you really did enjoy this one, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Maria Luisa, I'll speak to you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye
See you
bye.
soon. See you
Bye.
soon.